First of all, I'm so honored to be part of this inspiring event and so happy to be hearing all the inspiring stories of women all around the world. My name is Ayten and I'm happy to be sharing a part of my story with you today. Today I'm 22, and if you ask me what is a moment or a place I love and hate the most, I will answer you without hesitation is the moment I had to an airport. I was born in Egypt, where I lived for 9 years, surrounded by my family and childhood friends. I was starting to have sort of a life for myself. When I was 9, I took my first life-changing ride to the airport with my mom and brother. We were moving to Lebanon. I was moving from one Arab country to the other, so you'd expect the same language, a close culture, maybe an easy transition, but it wasn't quite the case for me. In our early teenage years, we look for a place to fit in, to belong, to feel understood. But how could I fit in back then when I used to speak a different dialect? I had all my references that were different from people around me, from my friends at my school. Honestly, it wasn't easy at all. It took me years to feel at home, to feel understood, to be able to express my opinions and feelings the way I wanted to express them or the way I imagined them. I think I unconsciously adopted all the defense mechanisms someone can adopt. I tried studying hard, I tried diving into the world of series, movies, I even got addicted to watching football games. It was quite a transition for me from Egypt to Lebanon. But all I really wanted to do was to keep going, to stay strong, to stay true to the person I had in my heart and in my mind. When I was 16, I joined Scouts, and it was a turning point in my life. Before Scouts, I was a very independent person, but only in my studies and at school. But outside school, I was very, very shy. I literally would hide behind my mom whenever we go out. I wouldn't have the courage to answer the phone, not answer the phone, but to make a phone call or to even go into a shop to ask a small question. But during my Scouts years, I not only learned to be independent in my studies, but I learned how to take initiatives, how to be courageous, how to step outside of my comfort zone frequently and every once in a while, and to challenge myself to grow and to be a better person each and every day. By the age of 19, I was ending my high school years at a high note. I was my school valedictorian. I was ranked 7th in Beirut. I was having a great time at Scouts with my friends, surrounded by my family. I think I had the best life back then. As you can imagine, it was just silence before the storm. By that time, given family circumstances, I had to make a very important decision. Either to go back to Egypt with my family or move to France all by myself in order to pursue my career. Honestly, it wasn't a hard decision for me only, but it was hard for my mom as well. Deciding to let your Egyptian, Arab, Muslim young daughter to go live abroad all by herself in another continent in a Western country was quite a hard decision to make. But my mom was quite courageous and was strong enough to let me go, and not only let me go, but to push me to go and take on this adventure and take on this new chapter of my life. And as you can imagine, post-Scouts me was also courageous enough and strong enough to decide that yes, I can make it, I can travel and live abroad all by myself. In August 2018, many months of struggling and preparations later, I was again heading to the airport, but this time I was prepared to travel all by myself without my family. to a completely different country, to meet completely different people, and to experience a completely different culture. I won't make it long for this part, but it was definitely challenging. This time, it was really another level of hard to fit in. I wasn't only struggling to be understood, but I was also struggling to understand people around me. Before I moved to France, I've always tried to put myself in people's shoes in order to understand their opinions and their reactions. But when I moved to France, I couldn't do it because I couldn't relate to people's opinions, beliefs, and experiences. I was always amazed, and I find it really challenging when I try to explain to someone something I believe in without having the proper references to explain it with, because it's something I developed throughout my life. It's something given for me, and it's the hardest thing to do, to explain a given to someone. It's like I have it in me, how can I explain it? It has always been hard for me to explain myself, and especially my deepest beliefs, or my beliefs that are based on my childhood experiences or the culture I come from. It was really different, and I struggled a lot, I cried a lot, I had a lot of mental breakdowns, I had identity crisis for every once in a while. Who I am, where am I, what I'm doing here, what do I want, and all these existential crisis questions. And I was always homesick to my family in Egypt, and also homesick to my friends and life in Lebanon. Honestly, all I could do is to remind myself to keep going, to stay true and strong, to stay strong and to stay true to the person I want to be, and to the person I am, and the person I always have in my heart and in my mind since day one, since I moved from Egypt to Lebanon. I always reminded myself that I have my own identity. I have my own multicultural identity that I need to preserve. At the end of the day, I wanted to be satisfied and proud of the person I am and the person I become each and every day. And luckily, I had my family and friends always there to support me, and thankfully I also met a lot of people in France that were always really kind to me, and were always ready to support me and to make the effort to understand me and to help me understand my surroundings as well. Now that we talked social wise, the question is, what about my career and what am I actually doing here? To begin with, I'm not only struggling to fit in the society, but I'm also a bit struggling to fit in my major. As many people know, pursuing a career in software engineering, or in engineering in general, for a woman is never an easy task. In engineering, as a woman, you not only struggle to succeed, but you also struggle to prove that you deserve to succeed, and to prove that you deserve to be treated equally. And fun fact, when I was in my second semester in university, I was the only girl in my class, and it wasn't the first time. When I was 14, I did some programming courses, and I participated in robotics competitions. And this is when I started to my passion for the field started growing. I joined the team, and I was also the only girl in that team. So it wasn't new to me, but I always, when I look back at these moments, I always tend to laugh at them. So my love for the field started when I was 14, and my passion grew day after day until I decided to pursue a career in the domain. Today I have a BS in computer science. I'm pursuing my BE in software engineering, and I will soon be doing my master's and maybe my PhD after that. For now, I'm following my instincts and my always growing and changing dreams. The only constant in life is my passion to grow, my passion to succeed, and my passion to make a difference. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know where. All I know is that I'm enjoying my journey with its ups and downs. Most importantly, really, being a woman in challenging societies and in challenging circumstances or in a challenging major doesn't stop me from wanting to succeed, from believing in my dreams. So I'm always learning from my mistakes, trying not to regret my decisions, and always smiling at the hard times that shaped my strengths. Going to the airport, being the only girl in my class, not belonging perfectly to any culture on earth. All these moments shaped my personality, shaped my strength, and let me have a journey to talk about. And I'm gladly a bit of all the experiences I had, and I will gladly continue to be. Finally, I want to thank you so much for giving me the chance to express myself. As a woman, a daughter of a strong woman, I can't but admire the actions women are taking in order to support each other. So, finally, to conclude, I wish each and everyone all the best.